This is Mike. Mike, what are you up to?
Remember the Monopoly mascot? I could swear he had a monocle. And my brother remembers it too. And his friend. And his friend's friend, and his friend's friend's friend, and his friend's friend's
Whoa,
friend's friend.
Mike, slow down. But in the original Monopoly game, Mr. Monopoly, yes, that's actually his name, never had a monocle.
But I clearly remember it. And everyone I know remembers the exact same thing. But surely that many people remembering the same thing can't all be wrong.
Oh, Mike, today you just ran into something called the Mandela Effect. Let me break it down for you in detail. Let's start with where this effect actually came from. The term was coined by paranormal researcher Fiona Broome back in 2009. She was absolutely convinced that Nelson Mandela had died in prison back in the 80s. She remembered the funeral on TV, his widow's speech. Except in reality, Mandela was released from prison, became president of South Africa, and didn't pass away until 2013. And as it turned out, thousands of other people shared that exact same memory. And by the way, you might remember the line from Star Wars where Darth Vader supposedly says to Luke, "Luke, I am your father." Well, that line never actually existed. What Lord Vader actually says is simply, "No, I am your father." So how is that even possible? It comes down to how memory actually works. It's not a video recording, it gets reconstructed from scratch every single time we recall it. And the brain loves filling in the gaps with logic and stereotypes. If something should have looked a certain way, the brain just fills in that detail and genuinely believes it actually saw it with its own eyes. Alright, Star Wars and Monopoly are just the beginning. The Mandela Effect shows up basically everywhere once you start digging. Here's one of the most powerful examples out there. Thousands of people swear they watched a movie called Shazam as kids, a 90s comedy starring the comedian Sinbad as a genie. The problem is, Shazam never existed. At all. Not a single frame, not a single record in any studio archive. People remember the poster, they remember scenes, but the movie simply isn't there. Next up, the Fruit of the Loom logo. A lot of people would bet money that the fruit was sitting inside a cornucopia. There was never a cornucopia, just the fruit. Or take Curious George, the monkey from the children's books. Everyone remembers him having a long tail, right? Curious George doesn't have a tail. Never did. He's a monkey without a tail, which is honestly pretty strange for a monkey. Then there's the air freshener brand. Everyone's convinced it's spelled Febreze with a double E. It's spelled Febreze, one E. And finally, the golden robot C-3PO from Star Wars. Everyone remembers him as fully gold. In reality, one of his legs, the right shin, is silver. It's been that way since the very first film. And here's the interesting part. These false memories used to stay personal. You'd just be wrong on your own. But social media turned this into an epidemic. All it takes is one confident person posting, "I distinctly remember it happening like this," and thousands of people latch onto it. Not because everyone's lying, but because their own fuzzy memory sees someone else's confident version and reshapes itself around it. It's called the misinformation effect, and social media algorithms only amplify it. The more confident and emotional a post sounds, the further it spreads, regardless of whether it's actually true. And here's the important part. This isn't just a funny quirk about a cartoon monkey. That same reconstructive memory is what's at play when witnesses give testimony in court. A person can genuinely, with no bad intent, remember a detail that never happened, simply because their brain filled in the gap. And those false memories have actually sent innocent people to prison. So next time you're 100% sure about some tiny detail, remember the Mandela Effect. Being confident isn't the same thing as being right.
So, Mike, feeling any wiser?
Oh, definitely. Take the Pikachu, for example. I know for a fact there's a black tip on his tail.
Mike, there's no black tip. There never was.
I need to take a rest.
If you've made it this far thinking, yeah, that would never happen to me, that's exactly what most people think right before they get one wrong. Test yourself. Drop a comment with one logo, quote, or detail you'd bet money on right now.